Ladies and gentlemen, Publicly Buzzed Live is on the air. Thursday night. Let's rock and roll. Got a wild one for you here tonight, guys. Yeah, it's a what the fuck happened type of story. Wild ass situation. I'm gonna get into it. I've got a Reddit post here by a guy that was telling the story, and then his mother came through and commented on it with a whole lot of new information that makes you question a lot of stuff. So we're going to dive into this. Thank you all for being here. Let's rock.
Let's rock.
Yo, everybody. Let's see if the Botrix is looking normal now. It isn't. What the fuck did happen to Botrix? What the fuck happened to Botrix? Did the members only thing completely fuck it up? What the hell? Alright, I'll worry about that later. What's up, everybody? Get in here. Let me first of all do this. Let me get the chat in here so I can see these fine folks. Did a members only stream right before this, guy. So if you're not membered up, you might want to do so. Might try to do some more of those in the future here. But first of all, let me get this in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday night. Hit the like if you have not. Please share this out on X, on Twitter if you can. That really helps me out. Love you guys. Who's in here? Miss Dina's coming through. Laura's in here. Donna's coming through here. Simi Sharp. What's up? What's up? Wild Side's in the house. Laura, let's rock. That's what I like to see. It is a crazy story tonight, guys. Like, this one's pretty nuts. That's why I picked this one out tonight. Jessica for Justice in the house. Chini, what's up? What's up? So anybody that is a member that might not have seen the stream that just happened, go check that bad boy out. Really just bullshitting. Nothing too serious going on there. Just kind of going over some things, nothing too crazy. One thing I do want to get up here is the old Gmail, because we do have a will that is rocking and rolling, ladies and gents. We have a couple of names already on there. I think we're giving out a cup. I think we figured that out on the members stream. We're going to give out this, actually. Let me just show it off. I have a coffee mug on here. I should get multiple coffee mugs. But we do have one coffee mug on here that is perfect for Murder Church lovers and Publicly Buzzed lovers in general. Drink the Kool-Aid, okay? This coffee cup, we have two different sizes. It's going to be the 15-ouncer that's going to be going out, folks. Right now on the wheel, we got Psycho Cunt from Tuesday night, Miss Dina, Holly Berry, and Pammy. So as soon as we reach 12 names, folks, somebody will be getting this mug. Drink the Kool-Aid. Join the cult. We're not a cult. Maybe we're a cult. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Hanging, banging.
I don't know.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing, and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy doing it.
That's the damn truth, actually. But the story tonight, guys, holy crap. And hold on, the way to get on there. Supers, membering up, gifting out memberships, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that shit up there should be active. I'll keep an eye on it. Oh, right there. Chris coming through here, brother. Dude, we got a coffee cup, man. Drink the Kool-Aid, Murder Church, boom, Cult Cup in there, ready to rock and roll. Chris, welcome in here, man. Sarah's in here. What's up? What's up? Everybody's coming through right now. That's what I like to see, guys. Again, if anybody's a member that did not see the stream that just happened, maybe go check that guy out. Oh, and Dan is out. What's weird is I just did a stream and I'm coming into another stream, and I rarely do that. Dan's out tonight, and Dandy Savage may be out tomorrow night. So I have two guests possibly out right now with being sick. So, hit old Dandy Savage up on the old X machine and let him know that you're thinking about him. Welcome in here, folks. Again, if you could hit the like, that would really help me out. We have a crazy story here tonight. Duncan MacPherson. Okay, I just stumbled across this story, dug a little bit deeper, found this Reddit post that is really well done. The guy that wrote this out, I'm literally going to be using his post. What's interesting about this, though, underneath this post on Reddit, how old is this? 9 years ago, mind you. Underneath this Reddit post is someone that comes through and says this is Duncan's mother. And dude, she posts out a lot of stuff that has you asking questions, because there's been documentaries made about this story, of course. She gets deep And as you can imagine, the parents in general get deep. And also on X, I put out a thread earlier that it was trying to tease everybody to get everybody in here. That was the first thread that I've ever actually done like that. But we're about to go in here. We're going to be diving headfirst into this. And oh shit, we got some folks coming through. Before we get into the story, let's show some love. Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do. First of all, welcome the hell in here. Thank you for coming in. That's amazing. New member.
Welcome to the party.
You're going to want to go check out the video section because there's exclusive stuff just for members. I just did a members only video, live stream. But listen, let me open Discord here. I shut it down. Hold on. Let me open Discord. I need to get you in Discord, D's, or D. I'm imagining your name is D. D, I need to get you into the Discord because we have, in the publicly buzzed, free for everybody Discord, we have a section that I think you're going to like. It's called Crafts. And we have a lot of people in there that are super creative, and I think you're going to fit right in, D. Thank you for being in here, first of all. And let me get you on this list for the possibility of winning a mug here tonight, D. Love it. Thank you so much for membering up. You're not going to regret it. Bada bing, bada boom. And then right here, Laura coming through with a $1.99. And anytime we get new members in here, beers, liquor drinks, probably nothing's in the chat, guys. Let them know what is up and why we are the Buzz Nation. Laura. Hell yeah, coming through here with a $1.99. She would like to get this coffee cup as well. Good luck. I think that makes 6 folks on this list now. Oh shit, Chris coming through. Will me, beard face. I got you, brother. And good luck on winning maybe a coffee cup. And I know that Chris loves coffee if you follow this dude on X. Okay. Hell yeah. Dude, join in there, D. I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to like it. Again, we have some really cool folks that you're going to like, I believe. Always creating some really wild stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, let's dive in here tonight. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to start reading this son of a bitch, and this story is going to blow your mind a little bit. If you're unfamiliar with it, actually, I'm going to start off with the thread that I did on X and then move over there, because this is a nice little teaser, and it didn't do a lot of numbers over on X, which anything that's not fucking viral or popular is not going to. That's not going to stop us. Right here. Tonight's show, a thread. A promising young athlete vanishes without a trace in 1989. What really happened to Duncan MacPherson? Duncan MacPherson was a professional hockey player set to begin a coaching career in Austria, but just days after arriving, he disappeared. In August of 1989, Duncan rented skis at a resort in Austria, telling friends he'd be back later that day. He never returned. Searches were conducted, but there were no leads. His family was left with questions and no answers for years. His rental car can be seen here, the last place he parked it. Years later, and this is what we're going to get to here in just a moment. Years later, Duncan's mother shared her heartbreaking thoughts about what happened. And this is again on the Reddit post. This goes into a lot of extra detail, and that's why you're here tonight, folks, and hopefully you stick around for. Duncan's parents fought relentlessly to uncover what truly happened to their son, but the mystery only deepened. This is an x-ray of the body that was found, okay? I'm going to give you a little bit of a tidbit right now. The incident happened in 1989. Duncan's body remains were found in 2003. And then I did find a hockey fight here with Duncan. There isn't a lot of him actually playing, but there's a couple of fights online that you can find.
Now with 20 seconds left in the frame, high in the air. Chanel loses it. Here comes De Palma. And we got MacPherson going at it down there with the Tiger. I don't know who it is. Kushner, Dale Kushner. You could see that one brewing as they met here.
And I don't even know which is which, to be quite honest. But Duncan MacPherson is one of these gentlemen in this fight.
Quite a few extracurriculars
on the ice.
In this hockey game.
Hope it's this one right here.
And
Let's go, brother. We in it, baby. We in it to win it, daddy. And then right here. This is why we're here, folks. We're going to dive in right now. Again, the name of the person who wrote this is interesting. Senor Pants Bulge wrote this 9 years ago. Duncan MacPherson was, by all accounts, a happy guy. He was born in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in 1966. He was, like many young men, in... Let me blow that up just a little bit. Get a little bit more on there. There we go. Looks pretty good, actually. I know, let me do this. Hold on. I need to zoom this in. It's a little too big. Looking like shit. Get that in there, bud. Get that in there, bud. And then let me... Hold on. Wait, done. There we go. real time, that son of a bitch. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, murder church. It ain't murder church. What the hell? Boom, boom. Getting crazy. All right, let's get in here. Duncan MacPherson was, by all accounts, a happy guy. He was born, again, in Saskatchewan, 1966. He was like many men in the city, a hockey player. What set Duncan apart was he played the game. He was tough, rugged defenseman, a player you wouldn't want to meet on a blue line or in the corners. In his youth, he earned the nickname MacPherson. Pretty badass. Duncan made his way through the Saskatchewan youth hockey system, playing midget hockey in his hometown. A year into the Battlefords playing junior, at the end of 1983 season, he got the chance to suit up for his hometown team, the WHL's Blades. They were a decent team and a good league. While it isn't anywhere near the top of a hockey ladder, for a young man like Duncan, it feels like a pinnacle. After an impressive showing late in the season, 17-year-old Duncan earned a permanent spot on the Blades next season. He played great, suiting up with several soon-to-be NHLers, including, I'm probably going to fuck up some names here, Joey Concur, Trent Yanni, Grant Jennings, and a scrappy young kid named Wendell Clark. Even Todd McLeland, later a big-name coach in NHL, was on the team. The Blades missed the playoffs that year, but Duncan shined, so much so that when the NHL entry draft came around in the summer of 1984, the New York Islanders took a flyer on him, picking him 20th overall, first round. After a couple more seasons with the Blades, Duncan moved to the pros, not with the Isles, though, with their minor league team in Springfield. Duncan's time in Springfield didn't go well. He blew out both knees, tore a rotator cuff, and spent a lot of time nursing many more injuries. After a short time spent in a lower league with a team in Indianapolis, Duncan was cut. In an interview with a local TV station, Duncan said, "I guess they kind of just had plans for me, and I never lived up to them right off the bat." Duncan was in the same position many players had been before him, and many have been since. No degree, few prospects, washed up at 23. He wanted to head elsewhere like many players in the same situation. He looked to Europe. Later that summer, Duncan's phone rang. It was a fellow named Ron Dixon. Dixon, a Canadian-born businessman, was the owner of a team playing in the British Hockey League, the Tayside Tigers, based on Dundee, Scotland. Dixon offered Duncan a job to be the player coach on his hockey team starting in August 1989. Dixon figured Duncan, tall, good-looking, of Scottish descent, and knowledgeable of the game, was the perfect fit. Duncan was skeptical, but agreed. The two made a plan. Duncan would fly solo to continental Europe, meet some friends and former teammates, and do some sightseeing before heading to Scotland on August 12th. He never made it. Around this time, Duncan claimed to family and friends that he was contacted by the CIA, who were hoping to recruit him. MacPherson had a reputation as a gentle giant, strong and tough, but also a conversationalist who could make almost anyone feel at ease. He reportedly refused. Today, we don't know if he was serious or joking. That is pretty unusual, and another layer to this already weird fucking story. What we do know is this. Duncan borrowed a car from a childhood friend and a former teammate, George Pisut, I butchered that, I'm sure, saying he'd have it back in a week. He drove to Fussen, Germany, staying with a former teammate, Roger Kortko. Then he headed to a ski resort in the Stubai Alps in Austria and checked in at a local hostel. Duncan had never been on a snowboard before, but he wanted to learn. On August 9th, 1989, a resort employee, now known only by his first name Walter, spoke with Duncan, who said he would be heading up the mountain that day. He planned to squeeze in a hike and some snowboarding before the slopes closed for the day. It was foggy, and there were very few people on the slopes. That night, Walter saw Duncan's sweater, a Christmas gift from his mother, hanging in the office, and took it home, hoping he'd see Duncan the next day and give it to him. He never got the chance. Dixon called Duncan's family in Saskatoon trying to track him down. Pisut called police in the German city where he had played, who passed him on to the Austrian police. Searches began for Duncan. His parents flew to the Alps to look for him themselves, printing out posters in four languages and talking to anyone they could find. Local TV stations aired a story about Duncan's disappearance. And then soon after, Pusit's car, a red Opel hatchback, the car Duncan was driving, was found in a resort parking lot. Most of his belongings were inside, including his passport. It had been there for so long that employees had started to cut grass around it, and that was the picture that we had seen when the car was abandoned here. However, after a lack of leads, Austrian authorities eventually shut down the search. The MacPherson family kept searching, but their search was futile too. They'd eventually spend their life savings traveling to the Alps 9 separate times, even hiring private investigators, all in an attempt to find Duncan, with no luck. A few weeks after Duncan went missing, an injured, grizzled-looking man emerged from the trees in the nearby town of Village. He spoke non-American English and recovered from his injuries nicely. Now, this is another weird part of the story. He suffered from amnesia. He had no idea what his name was or where he was from. So right now you're thinking, damn, is this Duncan? He adopted the name Mark Schufman. He liked the name Mark, and Schufman was the name of a nurse he had fancied. Mark had fake teeth like Duncan, had surgical scars on his knees, also like Duncan, and most convincingly could skate and could do it strongly and quickly, just like Duncan. The MacPhersons, alerted from the Canadian Foreign Affairs Office, got excited by the news. They recruited one of Duncan's old teammates, Manny Vivereiros, to check on Mark to see if it was him, in fact, Duncan. Manny called them later and told them the man almost was, without certainty, not Duncan MacPherson. How fucking weird is that? In July 2003, another employee at the resort discovered a glove sticking out of the melting glacier. 2003! Authorities were called to the scene and discovered a mostly intact set of human remains. Remember, this happened in 1989. A wallet found in the body's jacket revealed it was Duncan MacPherson. He was 23. That's what we know. There's a staggering amount of information we don't know, and many discrepancies with the story. During the police investigation, the resort claimed his snowboard Duncan had been using was returned. That was wrong. His snowboard was found still trapped to his body and broken in two in 2003. It only gets weirder from here, folks. The resort holds the official position that MacPherson wandered off trail, fell into a crevasse, and died there. In 2003, Duncan's body was found directly in the middle of the ski slope. In addition, Duncan's body had been subject to tremendous violence. His corpse showed signs of massive injuries. His left femur was smashed. His leg and forearm were totally severed. Several other bones were also broken. The injuries were not consistent with the crevasse story. There are several theories about how this occurred. It's likely that Duncan's body was run over and processed by a snow grooming truck. An Austrian pathologist assigned to the case added the theory that Duncan's injuries were caused by movement of ice, snow, and sediment over 14 years he was buried. So they're literally saying the earth is moving and it's moving this dude around in these 14 years. In a report by CBC's The Fifth Estate, a Canadian forensic pathologist said that both a violent fall and an encounter with machinery could have led to injuries. The most likely case is that Duncan either fell down a crevice, had a heavy crash, or was buried by sudden snow movement. His lack of experience on the slopes and the bad conditions that day likely played a role. Duncan was badly injured, breaking his femur, an injury that requires immediate medical attention and causes heavy blood loss. Duncan either died from his internal injuries or was alive and left on the slope all alone and gravely injured. After the crash, Duncan or his dead body was run over by a snow grooming truck. His left leg, and arm were severed after getting caught in the machine. According to an independent pathologist, damage to the snowboard found near Duncan's body as well as damage done to Duncan's body itself are both consistent with that theory. The body was buried underneath the snow and laid there for 14 years. It's now commonly thought that in order to protect the resort from bad publicity, local police conspired with the resort to keep the story quiet. interesting theory. Pusit's car taking 6 weeks to be found, and the mystery of the vanishing snowboard both help this idea. Austrian authorities also never did an autopsy on Duncan. There will never be one either. Duncan was cremated at his parents' request. Duncan's family has not given up on trying to find out the truth behind their son's death. They've put out an application to the European Court of Human Rights to reopen Duncan's case and have reached out to the media frequently since their son first went missing. The bottom line is this: Duncan MacPherson is dead. He died on a ski slope in Austria. The investigation into the case was sloppy, perhaps by accident, perhaps intentionally, and now decades after his death, there are still unanswered questions surrounding his death. So that right there in itself is interesting and crazy as hell. You're like, all right, interesting. So let's get down here to this post, which was right underneath it, and it was by someone who was claiming to be his mother, interestingly enough. And I went and looked at this person. On Reddit, you can see what everyone is doing or what they've done, where they've posted beforehand, basically. And this person only posts about this incident. They basically just copy and paste all of this in any situation where someone is talking about their son. So let me jump back in here. Hi all, I am Duncan's mother. I just stumbled across this article tonight. Thank you all for your interest in the story. Now again, everyone out there, do your own due diligence on anything that's ever said on any stream ever. But I find this interesting. Walter, the snowboard instructor, has provided contradictory information, so his credibility is an issue. In 1989, Walter told us that when Duncan entered the ski school office on the morning of August 9th, he already had, and sometimes like some of this is kind of weird with the typing. I'm imagining it's done on a phone. I'm not sure what that said. The Durant snowboards and boots from the rental shop on the Glacier, just across the hall from Walter's ski school office. So he went there to get the equipment. In 2006, Walter told CBC Fifth Estate the same thing for the documentary The Iceman. However, in 2011, then CBC Fifth Estate did the second documentary. He told CBC that he went with Duncan to the rental shop and helped Duncan pick out the board. Further contradictory information provided by Walter in 1993 to a German television program that aired on Saturday. He said that Duncan was was aware of the boundaries. He created the impression nothing could happen to Duncan on the ski slope, basically saying that it was a safe place to be. Then after Duncan was found in the middle of the ski slope, he changed his story. He told CBC Fifth Estate, the 2003 documentary for A Cold Case, that Duncan was fearless, that he was a Canadian hot dog. So that adds a different layer of context if he's changing his story in different documentaries. The same individual, Walter. And here he's saying maybe you're getting a little bit of what he actually thought that day, right? Huh? Who's this guy think he is? I'm just saying. I'm just alleging here. Further contradiction by Walter in 1989 and 1999, he gave a sworn statement that his girlfriend, Daniela, who was co-owner of the snowboarding school, saw Duncan on the piste at 2 p.m. I'm guessing that's the slope. I don't know exactly what she's saying there. Daniela also told us and the police the same story in 1989. Then in 2014, Walter told me that Daniela was not even on the glacier on August 9th, 1989. I have no idea why Walter has provided different versions of these three events, but for sure it raises the question of his credibility and raises the question of whether he knows far more about what happened to Duncan than he is saying. He casts a question on his... I'm not sure what that is. Seems to me that he knows far more about what happened to Duncan than he is saying. Walter is not the only liar in the story. In fact, it is a story of liars. Police lied about the location of the death, telling the Australian media Duncan was found 120 meters east of the toe, which placed Duncan outside of the controlled ski area. In fact, Duncan was found 30 meters east of the toe. Police did attend the death scene. 4 unnamed slope workers conducted I'm guessing that's unsupervised recovery of the body. Duncan's Saskatchewan driver's license was not returned to us. That's interesting. The parents never got his driver license back, or his Saskatchewan driver's license. There was only two possibilities here. Either the slope workers removed it from the corpse in 2003, or more likely it was left with the rental shop in 1989 as a security deposit for the rental equipment, and when Duncan did not return at the end of the day, someone who knew why he had not returned destroyed the license. Again, alleging here, this is from the mother of Duncan, allegedly as well, on Reddit. The receipt for the snowboard rental, his lift ticket, car keys, and shoes have not been returned to us. We personally found the serial number for the snowboard at the death site a week after slope workers conducted unsupervised recovery operations. We also found fragments of Duncan's bones. I guess the slope workers did not bother to pick them up. That would be insane. And again, this is a fucking slope where people are, right? Like, how is his body discovered that many years later in the middle of the fucking slope? Like, I know sediment and ice didn't move his body that fucking far. An hour after his frozen body was recovered from the glacier, the coroner examined the completely frozen body and concluded death to multiple trauma after fall into a crevasse. The public prosecutor immediately released the body to the undertaker. No one examined the body for injury. The public prosecutor refused our request for an autopsy. The coroner falsified the death report, stating an autopsy had been conducted. To reconstruct the accident, police relied only on the speculative theory of three slope workers, all of whom sang the same song, and offered no evidence to support their theory. They speculated Duncan probably climbed over a fence and fell again into a crevasse. That simplistic and unsubstantiated story was good enough for police. I guess they saw no need to consult forensic experts or professional glaciologists. Probably butchered that one. On July 19th, RCMP notified us Duncan's body had been found. We made immediate arrangements to travel to Innsbruck to claim his body. Only hours before our arrival in Innsbruck, police had Duncan's body transported from the funeral home to the Forensic Institute, together with an order to have Duncan's jaws removed, for what they said was identification purposes. Why on earth would Austrian authorities inform the Canadian embassy, I'm guessing, Duncan had been found, that RCMB provided us official notification, and then 4 days later, after we've flown halfway around the world, then decide you need to do an identification? Duncan was readily identifiable by next of kin. All of Duncan's identification, except for the driver's license, was found with the body. And in 1997, we had left our DNA with Innsbruck's authorities. If police had succeeded in their attempt to mitigate Duncan's body by ripping his face off, would have denied us the opportunity to view his body and say goodbye. Duncan's body remained at the Forensic Institute, yet according to the forensic pathologist Dr. Rabel, he did not examine the body. He assumed an injury sustained must have been caused by ice movement. And then they say, really? Ice movement would completely sever the leg, which was directly underneath the right leg, and yet the right leg sustained no damage. Numerous other forensic pathologists that have examined the photos of Duncan's injuries disagree with Dr. Rabel, as do professional glaciologists. These professionals state that the injuries result from mechanical means. Duncan's death certificate does not provide day, month, or year of death. It's as if he never existed. Even the most derelicts in society, including Adolf Hitler, was afforded the dignity of having their fate of death documented. So why not Duncan? Of course, the only reason authorities refused to document date of death is because to do so would connect his death to his snowboarding activities on August 9th, and authorities were not going to allow that to happen. The godfather of the valley, the ski operator, would not want that to happen. In spite of all of our efforts to find out if there has been any other sudden disappearances or fatal accidents on the ski slope, for 14 years, police assured us no one had disappeared from the ski slope and there had been no fatal accidents. That was a bold-faced lie. In fact, in August of 1988, a young Asian man suffered a fatal accident in the same crevasse area where Duncan vanished 1 year later. At closing time, the young man's friend reported that he had not seen his friend since 1 p.m. A search began, and rescue people quickly found him in a crevice near Support 7, exactly where Duncan was found 1 year later. The young man died in a hospital on August 9th from complications of hypothermia. The police officer, Franz Breacher, that conducted the 1988 investigation of the young Asian man, also conducted the 1989 investigation of Duncan's disappearance from the same area of the ski slope. Apparently, the police officer suffered a memory lapse, as it did not occur to him to mention that it was highly probable Duncan had suffered a similar incident. The police officer told us that most likely after Duncan returned the snowboard, a lie, he went for a hike in the vast mountainous area and got lost. The police officer told German TV that he believed one day a hunter would find Duncan behind a rock. For 14 years, the police assured us the ski slope was 100% safe for skiing and that nothing could happen to Duncan on the safe and controlled ski slope. If it was so safe, why did 2 people lose their life in the same place within the space of 1 year? For 14 years, police assured us the rented Direct board and boots had been returned. That was a bold-faced lie. Accidents are one thing. They happen to anyone, and there is nothing anyone can do except to conduct a proper investigation and learn something from the tragedy, and hopefully put in place measures that may prevent similar accidents from occurring again. If police had conducted a proper investigation of the young Asian man's death in 1988, the ski slope was more closely regulated to ensure adequate snow cover over crevices in late August. There is a good chance Duncan would not have lost his life in 1989. And they say, sorry to be so long-winded, but there were some things I thought might be interested in. Feel free to ask questions. And she says, this is Linda MacPherson. So that's incredibly interesting. Oh, shit, I lost my chat. Hold on, let me refresh this. That's incredibly interesting, though. And again, take that how you want. I thought it was interesting that if you click on that person's account and look a little bit deeper, that's the only thing that they actually say on Reddit. Like, they're not posted on anything else. They're basically trying to get what they think is probably the correct information about their son out there. So, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Look on the chat here real quick. But it's a wild story. What I need to do is look at some, actually check out these documentaries and look a little bit deeper as well, because this is a new story that I just found and looked a little bit deeper into, and I was like, whoa, this is fucking interesting. These sons of bitches. They wanted to protect the resort. I mean, to go into conspiracy, a little bit deeper, maybe some folks that are coming there to vacation, spending some fundage, right? They don't want to get a bad look out here. If the folks are dying 2 years in a row, and they maybe have a mad person running this place that doesn't like hot dogs coming up. I'm just bullshitting. Tayo Toys, what's up? We're going on the glacier. We're gonna be hanging and banging on the glacier. I can't ski. I can't skateboard. I can't do jack diddly shit. So yeah, I'm gonna look at it, CH. I'm gonna check that out. See what else I can see that is in the way of some people that's actually done some investigating on this. Because I'm sure there's some folks that's gotten deep. Yeah, I mean, but you sound like a crazy person if you start talking like that. You never know, though. People are crazy. That's all I do know. But we're all broken. And anybody's capable of anything. Looking back through here, I wasn't looking at the chat at all during that. Yeah, maybe Walter is just a dumbass. This motherfucker. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's safe up there, and all of a sudden here comes one of these machines, one of these pieces of machinery, and they just sweep old dude up. He wasn't this was like the first time he had snowboarded anyways. Fell down, couldn't get back up, something, who knows. Because I'm sure snowboarding, again, I don't do anything that isn't with shoes on, but snowboarding and ice skating are completely different. So, all right. Yeah, the guy's name wins today. Senor Pants Bulge came with the facts in the story. No. Oh, that would have been funny. And here's his mom. Senior Pants Bulge. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it wasn't a hockey subreddit, though. Looking at it. July 2nd, 2008, which is a fucking long time ago. Just a lot longer than 9 years ago. No, yeah, right. Yeah, dude, that's a lot longer than 9 years. What? Is the years on here not update? Oh, wait, my bad. The hockey subreddit was created in 2008. And then this post was from 9 years ago. I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? What the fuck?
Give me the loot! Give me the loot!
What are we doing? Hold on.
Son of a bitch!
I'll tell you what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to be watching something probably cool on Kick. If you're not on the old Kick machine, you should be. I need to figure out what we're watching, though. And I need to figure out what the fuck's going on, because I think I've been abandoned by Dan. Dan has done gotten sick on us. Get in the Kick. Get on Kick if you're not. You're fucking up if you're not on Kick, that's for sure. Yeah, I definitely. I skated one time. I was ever skating on actual skates one time. It was in 5th grade, and I actually had to trick them to let me go, because I grew up with my grandparents, as most of you guys would probably know, and they were very strict, so they weren't going to let me go to the skating rink and skate. So I just forged my grandma's name, and luckily they didn't question it whatsoever, and I just went and failed the entire day, and I've never skated again in my life. It's probably the karma from it. It's like, oh yeah, is that what you're going to do, you son of a bitch? Damn. No, that doesn't sound fun at all. I know some people that did snowboard, but yeah, I've never been any kind of active extreme sports type of dude. Jeremiah Ims, I think I'm saying that correctly. Welcome in here. Makes you wonder how many missing people aren't really missing, but some corporate interest is involved. I mean, dude, now I looked up something else, like, dude, crazy amounts of people go missing every fucking year, and we never hear anything else about them. Like, that's it. They're gone. People just disappear. It's crazy. We go, Jessica for Justice. I haven't been rollerblading / skating since I was a kid. I tried as a 20-something and couldn't do it. Yeah, I would be too scared now, because if I break something now, it's not going to be good. I can't get to work. Come on now. No, I'm not going to try that shit. I'm not going to be trying all that shit. Damn, Dan's got a tea time with Phil out here in the morning. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the truth, D. That's me. That's actually that, yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Let me look in here real quick, see if I'm missing anything. I don't believe I am. Everyone that's come through tonight, appreciate it, guys. Solo party here tonight. We are giving away, the next thing we're giving away is going to be this guy. Bada bing, bada boom. Coffee cup for the wheel, and we are currently at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So once we hit 12 names, 5 more, we'll give this guy away right here. I think I've sold a few of these, though. I know Jersey Gin has one. A few different folks have these guys out here and ready to rock and roll. If you're not following me on X, you definitely should be. I've been getting some more followers thanks to Sarah Boone. I've been going in on that case. Oh, shit, Gail's in here. What's up, Gail? Good to see you. Love Gail. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we totally just took that dude. The Kool-Aid dude is ours now. Like, he's now the mascot of Murder Church. I don't care what anybody says. That's just the truth. That's just where we're at. So, here we go. Tiff can ski. No snowboarding, rollerblading, yes. Ice skating, no. Whoa, that's a nice mix there, though. Interesting. Am I forgetting anything? I don't believe I am. I don't believe I am. What am I forgetting? Whoa, Holly can ski. Fuck, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like skiing is scarier than snowboarding. Like, you got the two legs that could go, like, out. Like, they could just, like, split outward, right? Or at least on a snowboard, you're kind of the same direction, right? Am I thinking about that crazy? Hell yeah, Miss K. That's what I like to hear. Bob and Allie out here helping me out. That's awesome. Yeah, Bob will be definitely coming back on here very soon. We'll be talking about something. I guarantee it. Bob is part of the family. We got a crew here that has been hanging and banging for quite some time, folks. Absolutely. Jeez around these parts. Looking through here real quick. Seeing if I'm missing anything from old Sarah Boone. We got the pink cuffs. I made sure to get a picture of that. Her getting shackled back up in nice pink cuffs today. And then somebody actually came through here with this. Catherine Giovanni. Female inmates sometimes require a smaller size of handcuffs and shackles than male inmates to ensure they fit properly and fasten securely so that female inmates can't slip out of them. Like Letitia Staunch. Yeah, she's the one that attacked her attorney, if I remember correctly. So, can't have that shit happening. See who else is in here trying to talk some shit at me, since I like to tweet about Sarah Boone. I really can't believe the people that just... they can't be paying attention. They just can't be. Like, I just don't know. I can't even fathom. Like, I'm all about some legal representation. A defense attorney. Yeah, sure. We need it. I have lots of defense attorney friends, like professionals. Amazing. We don't have to just buy into the fact that someone needs a defense attorney or representation to make their story work for your narrative. Like, that's insanity, actually. It's fucking weird, man. Like, and actually what we've learned even further, I think it was premeditated. A little bit of shit going on with the brother. The brother beat the fuck out of George, where he had to have reconstructive surgery on his fucking face. We got a text message coming up saying, I'll get rid of him. That sounds premeditated. And then we got this motherfucker getting his fingers and his hands out of the suitcase, and she's hitting him with the baseball bat, making sure he's getting him in there. Now her defense is, I was fearing for my life if he would have got out. He's going to die if he doesn't get out, which is what fucking happened. Controversial opinions over here, guys. Craziness. Oh, attacked an FBI agent. Shit. Damn. She ain't fucking around. I might be on her side. FBI, I'm on a list instantly. Yeah, man. Had a bat beating this man in the hands. What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? You're probably right, actually. You're probably right. It's probably sponsored. This is sponsored by Susan Corman. Like Sarah Boone is sponsored. But what is happening, bro? Let's fucking calm the hell down out here. Good Lord. In this corner, ladies and gentlemen, from somewhere in fuck off Florida, Sarah Boone. Yeah, fuck Sarah Boone.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm just talking shit on the internet. Tomorrow night, though, guys, we are going to be doing something cool. I don't know what it will be just yet, but it'll be something interesting. Probably, you know what? May watch a scary movie. You know what we have to do? Yeah, we have to pick some films. I don't know. I'm going to figure some stuff out for tomorrow. Be prepared, because it's going to be a Feral Friday. Come to unwind from the week that we've had, or maybe watch a horror movie. Yeah, maybe prepare for the all-night movie marathon, which is the next Friday. So we're right on top of that, folks. I need to actually do a little bit of business here. I need to make sure I got everything, ducks lined up, ducks in a row, ready to go. Hell yeah, good night. We're about to take off right here myself. Jeremiah, I hope that you're subbed up in here. Get in here. That would be a good idea. Shot glasses. I wonder if I can get some shot glasses in there. That would be a good one. That would be a good idea, Stacy. I like that. I like that. Yeah, it'd be cool to do a movie. Maybe a little something tomorrow. We'll see what's up. I don't know. One thing I do know, though, we need to figure out whether I just pick some random movies and that's what I play, but I usually like to get a little bit of a vibe, so we maybe do some voting tomorrow on the pre-show before kick here on YouTube. Maybe do a little bit of voting. I don't know. I like to get everybody's opinions. I like to get everybody's takes to see what everyone's feeling for something like this. That would be cool. Yeah, shot glass is a good idea. Let me put this in a note. Miss Tina, don't let me forget that, actually, if you can help me out. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but I suck. I'm trying to also get Brooklyn sound clip in here, but I do like 1,000 things at once all day long. Put this in here, though. Shot glasses merch. At least it's in the notes. Yeah, let's see if we can give away some this cup tomorrow night. See if we can get 5 more people on here, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, dude, 80s and 90s is basically where I live. I will say that I'm actually watching a crazy movie right now. I don't even know what country it's from. I'm watching the subs, but it's called Wild Strawberries, man. It's very surreal and trippy. I got caught up. I like old stuff too, though. Like old, really well written. It doesn't. I don't know. Like, stories fuck me up, man. But this one, Wild Strawberries, is a dream sequence got me. I saw it on, how Facebook is. They post all this stuff. And I just saw this dream sequence from this movie. It's from the 50s, I believe. And I can actually look it up. But the dream sequence got me. And it was, all the comments were like, this was super surreal for the time. And, no one was really doing this. Today we see a lot of really wild shit. But yeah, this one right here, I'm actually in the middle of this movie. And it is surreal. This guy... He's a super rich dude, and a lot of the times, he's kind of lost his way because he's only thinking about money, yada, yada. But early in the film, very early in the film, in the very beginning, he breaks down who he is, what he does. He's a professor, he's a well-respected man. He lives, has a housekeeper, he's a well-to-do dude. He's done well in life. Let's just say that. It explains who he is, and then you see him have this dream sequence. You see that he's asleep, and it's trippy as fuck, is what it is. They do. I will say this: they capture that vibe of a dream that is super surreal. That's almost like, when you're having a dream, and say you're standing in your living room in your house, and you walk through the door, and you're in your high school from 20 years, whatever. You're in your high school, or you're in your middle school, you're in your house from, like, nothing really kind of meshes, everything just kind of melds together. That's how this is in a weird way. He's walking down the street. One indication is the clocks don't work. There's no hands on the clocks. And then all of a sudden this, hearse, which for the time period, it's a horse carrying, a buggy with a coffin in the back, but you don't know that yet. You just see the hearse coming. It's coming down the way, and it's on the road, but it hits the light pole. And when it hits the light pole, it keeps ramming it, backing and ramming it until the wheel falls off, and it rolls back to the old dude here as he was walking on the sidewalk. And it falls in front of him. And even before that, as he was walking down the street, he looked up at the lamp, he started going the other direction, he looks back, he sees someone, and who's just standing there. You can't see a face, he touches him, and of course he falls to like dust, and that freaks him out. But then here comes the buggy. I missed that one part, excuse me. So we're up to the wheel falling off, and oh shit. And then the coffin falls out of this fucking hearse, out of this, makeshift hearse that they've got here. And you see an arm that's fallen out, a human arm, of course, and as he gets closer and he moves it back, it's him in the coffin, and that trips him the fuck out. And essentially, it's very trippy. Right now, it's kind of playing like a old Twilight Zone episode in a lot of ways. But it is a foreign film. Where's it from? Does it say right off? Swedish. Yeah, it's a Swedish film. And it's on YouTube here, folks. If you guys want to watch it, this is something that I am currently watching. So it's good. I'm enjoying it. But I like old films. I really do. I do. But tomorrow night, we're going to figure something out, and it's going to be dope. And we'll see what's up. Looking through the comments here before we head out. Hell yeah. Friday buzz, baby, Phil. Love it, man. We have a good time. We ain't trying to impress nobody. D's Creative Hands Crochet. I love that we got you in here, D. Hell yes. Hopefully we get you in the Discord. Glad I came. Fun people. Great host. That's awesome. See, like, you know, and the connection. That's where we're at. We're trying to get the connections going. You got to be real, though. You got to be real out here in these streets to get that connection, D. You're fucking awesome. I appreciate it. That gets you one step closer to getting a coffee cup and being a part of the cult. Don't tell anybody. Hell yeah, D. Love it. Yeah, D's on here twice now. Fuck yeah, D. Appreciate that. I think we're 4 names away now. That's cool. Johnny, thanks for hanging out tonight, man. Appreciate it. Johnny's awesome as hell. The G's in this motherfucker, baby. The PB logo. I thought you had those. Now, I don't have those stickers. That would be a good one. The pink logo. I think that'll be the next one, actually. That'll be a good one. So I can have at least a little bit more of a combination. I have seen 3 Extremes. I'm pretty sure. Let me Google it. I'm pretty sure back when I was into weird shit. I'm pretty sure I've seen this. You know what? I'm looking at the one from 2004, and I think I've seen that one. So is that the remake? An Asian cross-cultural trilogy. I think I've seen this, but I could watch it and it'd probably be brand new. But I do remember getting into Asian extreme horror in this time period. 2002, 3, 4. That's me like getting ready to graduate. I graduated in 2005, and I was definitely the weird kid that liked the most extreme horror movies. And again, serial killers. That's why I'm fucked up today. There was a period that I really loved these types of films, and I have to admit now I don't really like super extreme movies. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it, and I do like gore and horror, but sometimes this like gore, you know, I don't like the term gore porn, but it is kind of fits sometimes because it is almost like gore or scenes for the sake of violence, but, you know, I'm not against it either, you know. I'll have to check it out, man. We'll see. But I have changed over the years. I used to go for the hardest shit. My early years were spent finding Cannibal Holocaust, guys. An Italian horror movie that I still love. Cannibal Holocaust is amazing. And the first time I got Cannibal Holocaust, you can get all these movies online now. I love it. I have a hard drive full of the craziest fucking shit ever. When I was this age, if I could do what I can do now, I'd have been mind-blowing, okay? But at this time, me and my buddy in high school, we were working our asses off to get Cannibal Holocaust, and we finally got the opportunity through fucking eBay, and we got this bootleg copy of it, and it was amazing. It was magical. Like, it was fucking crazy. It's very grotesque. It has real animal death in it. It's not for everybody. The crazy thing about Cannibal Holocaust is the makers of this film had to go in front of a judge in a court to prove that they were actually alive and that this movie wasn't a snuff film. That's how crazy Cannibal Holocaust is. You'll also have people that watch Cannibal Holocaust today and say, oh, this is weak. Dude, you have to take the culture and the time frame into perspective when you're talking about these films. Because today, everything's so fucking over the top. Everything's so crazy. Everything's extreme. You can make the wildest shit. The X is insane. Everything's insane all the time today. But back in the day, man, think about 1977. You were not going to see what was in Cannibal Holocaust just at a movie theater, okay? You had to seek that shit out. And that's what makes it exploitation. That's what makes it amazing, actually. Oh, shit, Miss K coming through here. Buzzed and confused. Fuck yeah, we got another name on this son of a bitch. Beers in the chat. Get them with something in the chat there, guys. Hell yeah. Buzz Nation, get wild here tonight. Hell yeah, Miss K. Well, good luck on maybe winning a coffee cup here. Hope you get that son of a bitch. And yeah, go and check out the video section because I have really cool videos specifically for you. For members. So, but yeah, we're going to do something tomorrow. We'll figure it out. We'll see what's happening and go from there, folks. Let's see, Bumblebee. I don't do gore or horror ever since I had had a kid. I like scary movies with no gore, etc., but maybe It or Haunting type movies. I love being scared, loved haunted houses, but not gore. No, I totally get that. And I will admit that I still like violence in films. Anyone that watched X with me knows that in some of the movies that I've watched on Kick. But I do like a story to go with it. I will say that, and I like a vibe to go with my films as well. There's a lot of really wild movies out there that, just go for broke and want to show the wildest shit as possible. Not as good as Cannibal the Musical. It's different. It's different though. I recently just found out that sometime in the late 30s. So there's a period in the late 20s, early 30s where they were making movies that was fucking so basically they started making rules to where like there had to be a good guy or like the bad guy couldn't win, quote unquote. You don't see that today, but at a certain point in time, especially through all the way up until when shit started breaking off in the late 60s and they said, no, fuck you. We're going to do whatever the fuck we want. And they realized that you can't do shit here in the United States. But for a long period of fucking time, they did put their thumb on this shit. And in there's early films there's these gangster films out there that you can find, which are right before the government sort of stuck their thumb on Hollywood in a weird way. You can go down these conspiracy theories, whatever the fuck you want to say, but it happened. But some of these early films are gangster movies where the gangsters win. You have the women and the good guys losing to these bad, horrible people. I'm not saying that's right. But what happened was it freaked everyone the hell out. And they're like, whoa, this is really impressionable, right? We have to do something about this. I could see both opinions and like to see the discussion happen, but I love anything goes in films. I don't know. Well, we're going to hang the fuck out. You guys know that I like movies. That's what you probably have learned about me. I'm a film guy. Watch a movie or two. We'll watch a movie or three. You got a channel? I'll put your channel in here. Is that the name of it? Well, can I search that on the old YouTubes? Oh, I see it. Good God, you're doing pretty fucking good. Hell yeah, D. Nice. Fuck yeah. I'm already looking at this shit. D, look at this. So the new lady in here rocking and rolling D. D's Creative Hands Crochet. Look at this. 4.5K. That's not easy. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. Okay. All right, D. I see ya. Shit. No, that's not easy. That's fucking cool, man. Yeah, let's put you in here. Go give old D a follow, man. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you're in here. I'm glad you're in here hanging out with us. We out here hustling in these YouTube streets, trying to grow something here. I like to see it. Anybody that's creative, man. It's cool. Well, D, I do a lot of lives, and hopefully we'll come back by tomorrow night and hang out for Feral Friday. And hopefully everybody else does as well. Let's kick Friday's ass and do the damn thing, guys. Love you guys. We had a great show. Let's rock tomorrow night. Boom.
Pittsburgh. I think